Of
saying?
course, I know that they make a lot of sex jokes. I don't know, maybe it's because I was sitting next to my sister-in-law who was younger than me, sister-in-law / intern, and she's younger than me, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, and you'd be having sex with her brother.
Wait. She's right there. She's right there.
She's not even looking up. She's not looking up.
Looking at the screen, bro. There's nothing on that computer screen. She's accidentally logged out.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to episode 283 of the Disruption Podcast. We are in this place. The whole gang is back. It's Noor the Baghdaddy.
Chief Alasoji in the building, baby.
It's your girl, Moise.
It's the Prince. What's going on?
The Prince is back, guys.
He's here. We've got an hour and 20 minutes to entertain you. We're going to talk a whole bunch of stuff. Superbowl. We're going to talk, there are younger versions of ourselves. We're going to talk, I don't know, someone help me out here. I didn't look at it.
We're going to talk some introspective stuff. We had a good conversation
we're going to talk about
You can't start with D and not finish it because now people don't know what we talk about.
D-I-E.
Yeah, man.
Gotta start it like that.
And we're going to celebrate Marwa neutral tones today.
Yeah. No blue, no pink on the drip. Marwa has elevated, man. It's a new year, bro. It's a new year.
Thank you.
All right.
It's a banger.
We're here. We're not sweating this time around. So this is going to be...
Thank you for joining us. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe, share this around. Tell your friends to tell a friend, and they can be friends with my friends.
And then we can all be friends. How you guys doing, man? We good?
I'm good.
All right, that's great and all. How is SNG, what do you call it, concert?
Oh, damn.
Live show?
Live show?
When was that?
Live
was that on
show.
Friday?
Friday, yeah.
It was on Friday night.
Marwa left her leadership duties to go and watch.
Hold on, relax. How about let's just relax, first of all, okay? I went to get research for the show, right? So now I'm bringing back what I saw. Shout out to the intern.
To be fair, you
intern
could
and
have
I
just
both
watched
went
the
to do
show.
Some research, okay.
Intern and I both went to do some research for the podcast. And
R&D.
I think collectively we said it
was...
No,
hold on.
No.
Okay.
Because I want you guys to know that, we were there. Obviously, I watch SNG, so for me, I not necessarily had high expectations because when I went in there, I did say, okay, this is different to a concert. This is different to anything else. It's literally people sitting down and we're watching them have conversation, right? So the expectation wasn't fully like, oh, you got to keep us entertained the whole time because I know that's tough.
So give us some context. And so like, where did Doo-Doos and Laughter do their live show?
Doo-Doos and bands.
It was at the convention center in
Big
Melbourne.
venue. Not gonna lie, that's a
It was
very
plenary
big
theater.
venue.
Plenary theater.
I'm not pronouncing it.
Is it
What was the
3,000?
capacity?
It's actually 5.5.
Okay, 5,500, and it was sold out. Ended up.
What does that look like? A lot more.
It did look like.
I don't think we can't understand what numbers look like.
Like
actually.
5,000
I
is
think
a
all of
lot.
us realize we don't really know how many people present
Once
when you look.
Once it's more than like 20, I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah, for real.
Like 20 is a classroom. Beyond that,
Yeah.
When I saw the video, the photo, it looked like 10,000 people.
Yeah.
There
For
were a lot
context,
of people.
plenary theater is where Planet Shakers do their conference nowadays.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So it's like that's how many people are coming out to this. Yeah.
It was really cool to see. Obviously, a lot of different, races and ages and whatnot. So we went in.
So there was different races.
Yes. Why
So
do you say that?
was there a lot of black women there?
They were. They actually were. There were quite a few black women, black men,
they love them.
and just different people in general. But yes, a lot of
Being
black people.
cancelled does not mean anything.
It doesn't. That's what I was saying. I said people trying to counter them didn't do anything for them because people still came out and
definitely.
showed love, and showed support. So anyways, they did a few different segments. They started off with playing some of their most viral clips that have like done their rounds, and then they just like talked about it. So of course, one of the clips was the snake one. Like, would you
help me get that venom out, boy?
Yeah, would you suck the poison out? And they kind of had like conversation. The one thing I will say I wasn't necessarily a fan of was it felt very scripted.
Raw!
Insert raw here.
Hey, James, I said you
that
say this
quite a
after
bit.
I said
That's
this.
the next line, brother.
I mean, it was nice that they were still themselves. Of course, James, he spoke a lot. Fuhad, it was nice to see him actually get out of, because I've seen videos of him doing his rounds on like the other podcasts, and you can see he's very nervous, but he was just out of his shell in this one, and people were showing love to him, mad love to him. So I think it really helped get him going. They did some crowd engagement, so they did a Pop the Balloon inspired game. They got these 2 guys to come up, pre-picked, of course. I will say there was a light-skinned guy who they thought he was going to eat it up. Because the way he was walking, the way he was just presenting himself, this man had no game. They told him to go sit down. The girls popped the balloon for him. They said,
in front of
down.
everybody.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I just drive home into the Yarra.
That's your home now.
He tried it. But overall, it was a good experience. Like, it was nice to see them in person and just kind of be in their presence. I will say, of course, I know that they make a lot of sex jokes. I don't know, maybe it's because I was sitting next to my sister-in-law who was younger than me. Sister-in-law / intern, and she's younger than me, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, and you'd be having sex with her brother.
Wait. She's right there. She's right there.
She's not even looking up. She's not looking up.
Looking at the screen, bro. There's nothing on that computer screen. She's accidentally logged out. And she's staring at it. It's her reflection.
Just left with the laptop.
Yeah, I mean,
bro, halfway through the shoot, the lights are going to go off, bro. It's crazy.
a lot of sexual jokes. Like, when I say a lot of sexual jokes. But, I mean,
I wonder how much can you do
what
that?
What do you expect? It was a lot. Like, most of the segments where it was just them
Something comes
talking,
back to it.
it was, a lot of, like, sex and...
Damn.
To be fair,
Women
that is not
and
different to
It's
their
not,
content.
it's not different.
Like, that is what their content bases are. And we always say this, like that's one of those topics where it's like,
It's always getting
it's a hack to go viral in a sense, because people want, are naturally just gonna watch and listen and whatnot.
Hey, yo.
But even we, like, tap into that, so I find it funny and whatnot.
Yeah.
It is true though sometimes because I've felt this with comedians sometimes when I go to shows and I'm like,
Like, allow it, bro.
Like,
Give us something new.
like that. Yeah, like we get it. You have sex. We get it.
For
Yeah,
real.
2 minutes. Positions. Man, something different, bro. 2 minutes.
Was it funny? Like, did the crowd love it?
Yeah, no, the crowd were laughing, different points and stuff where they were laughing.
right.
So, like I said, it was good overall. It was nice to see them just
Shxts wasn't there?
speak to people.
Nah.
No, he wasn't there.
No, man.
They
Took
didn't
it.
bring anyone out except just the audience. So,
Rather than brought out Drake.
For Dave.
nah.
No, because I was on TikTok.
Yeah.
Right, and then the caption was like, when
Someone
something
put that
bringing
up.
out
He
Drake.
wasn't there.
I was like, you know what? I don't know if that happened, but if it does, it kind of makes sense because Drake is obviously
Here
here
as well. It lines up.
And I don't know if Drake did have a concert on that same day.
No, yeah,
but,
he hasn't.
but it
Hasn't Saturday,
kind of makes sense. Hey,
It
Drake
could,
out.
but nah, he definitely wasn't there.
Yeah.
It's cool to see, like, all opinions aside about like the content, whatever. It's cool to see the magnitude that a podcast can
Oh, for
take you
sure.
That's what I was about to say.
You
When it's
know?
all said and done, they've done good work.
Yeah, I
You know
think
what I
we
mean?
don't get to see too much of it here, but it's like I think with the US, like I've seen it quite a bit where it's like whether it's Joe Budden podcast and they've gone on their tours in the past, horrible decisions.
Bro, I was gonna say bring it even like not lower, but like B Simone and like the people
Yeah,
that
like
she's
they
connected
can
with.
really
you know
go
what I mean?
on
The 85
tours.
South, like
Yeah.
they're proper
Yeah.
going around the the country. I'm like, freak,
Yeah.
bro. This is where it can get to.
It's pretty crazy.
When I saw the visuals from like when Marwa and Intern were there, and I think you zoomed out, you made it look like you were in the bleeding noses,
'cause
not
I
even
was.
the nosebleeds, yeah.
We were like
Because
2
you
seats
used
from the back.
no, but you went from times 20 zoom to 0.5.
But it looked like it was like, hey, bro, you gotta sit at the
Bro,
corner.
I was like, first of all, why'd you shoot this video like this? But it looks sick, yeah. But I was like,
Yeah, that was cool.
I looked at it, I'm like, obviously it's years and bounds, and people need to freaking be on board with us on this journey. But I was like, bro, imagine actually being in your city and being able to perform,
Have that
or
kind
like
of
put
love.
on a show rather for people. I think. Aside from it being us, it would be sick to be involved in organizing something like that for the
that,
city
yeah.
Yeah.
that people
Yeah.
can tap into, and it's like this is for us kind of thing. I'm like, this,
But it's good to know that the market is there for it.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, it's
For
madness,
sure,
bro.
people enjoyed it. It was a good time.
On this, in terms of being in front of your city, congratulations to Solly. Absolutely
yes.
sick show.
Massive week.
Massive
massive.
week
She
for her.
performed
Massive,
last night
yeah,
at Summer
and then
Jam.
Summer Jam as well.
Summer
And
Jam,
then on
The candle.
Candlelight concert.
Candlelight.
That looked, yeah.
Have you
That's
guys
That
been
was really
to? Have you guys been to Candlelight
fire.
before? Yeah, at
the
Fed
one I
Square?
came with, we talked about the one when we went to the aquarium, and then
Oh,
we had
just a
the
smaller
YN
one.
that got
Have
punched
you guys
up.
been to like the Fed Square one?
No.
Ah,
Yeah. So
that was the first one.
that was the first. Oh, you been? You,
Yeah,
you
I went
to-
for Solly's,
Solly's
yeah.
one?
yeah.
Ah, okay, yeah.
absolutely killed it. So, hey, big
Yeah.
shout out there,
Shout-
man.
Bro, it looks so good, man. It's that drone shot too.
Yeah.
Yeah, people be cooking, man. Hey, man, these are
Melbourne cooking.
Melbourne, bro.
Melbourne, Melbourne.
Listen,
Well,
Linda.
Melbourne
bro,
low-key cooking.
Far out. You want me to sit up?
Melbourne
I'll sit
low-key
up. I don't
cooking.
care.
Yeah,
Sit up.
Bro, there's so much potential to actually do things that are crazy here, and it's like from not talking about the holiday experiences externally, but we're creating memories for our people them here in Melbourne, right? To even now, Rhythm and Soji announcing A More to Life. Everyone going to Bali in August.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll get tickets in there. We got no commission. Maybe we should cut that out, guys. Now I'm playing. These are the homies. But people going to August, creating memory. Going in August to create memories in Bali there. And then you see stuff that can happen at Fed Square. You see people coming down here performing in places that none of our local acts or talents have been able to get to yet. Bro, we could make this city. Bro.
Nah, we can. I mean, even
We have
just
no landmarks, but we got people.
I think we can. I think it's starting now. I mean, even just watching Summer Jam as well. Right? Like, gone on for this weekend, sold out. Lance Stevenson coming down to play. Drake was there yesterday, and you don't know who's going to be here today as well. But it's actually making that impact and letting people...
No, Gabriel. I'm going to walk through and we have to... Can we do that? Can we set that up?
Let's just look
Like,
at-
we just get people
Let's
that
just
act
get
like
some
security.
Wham Islanders.
And we need a couple
Get a photographer.
of...
They're like, who's this guy?
Yeah, and I'll just
Couple
walk
Jonas,
through,
bro. We're good to
Toothpick
go.
in my mouth.
Let's go. Yeah, hey, they need to wear black gloves as well because I
Yeah,
saw
that's
Drake's one was
you
doing
need,
that.
you need the
Yeah,
black
yeah,
gloves.
yeah.
But even just watching stuff like that,
Yeah.
it's like Australia is... We're letting people know. It's like we're putting the world on
being
notice. Where it's like,
recognized,
hey,
Yeah.
this was actually happening here.
You know what I'm liking? As these things are happening, a lot of people that we know are getting really, really good looks
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah,
terms
yeah,
of like
100%.
monetary.
Yeah.
Because we were even talking about the guy that's doing a lot of the. I mean, shout out to Brola, people that are
Yeah.
doing like content
Yeah.
for when events like this happen,
Yeah.
international companies and stuff like that. But
Yeah. 'Cause, funny enough, I want to talk to this because it's like, one, preface to all this, I actually don't think, you know, that whole concept of like prophet is without honor, like has no honor in his hometown kind of thing, right? I don't think in Melbourne necessarily we recognize just how big of a deal Summer Jam is.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
there's 3 Jordan Brand Street basketball tournaments in the world: Paris, New York, Melbourne. Right? Like that is insane. So
is
the
wild.
eyes on it externally is crazy. So what Eamon and the team they have built is like it's unreal. Then it goes into what you're talking about, where it's like this is where I never understand competition when it comes to business or creativity or anything like that. In terms of like it, like okay, look, if I dislike somebody for actual reasons or someone dislikes me for actual reasons, that's cool. That's whatever. But to be threatened by someone else being in a space that I'm in is so weird to me because it really is rising tide lifts all boats, right?
yeah.
So Summer Jam comes through and over time, whatever happens and sponsors come and whatever. And so because of that, the budget gets elevated. Now all the artists can get paid when they perform. All the videographers, they're like, we need to get the best and they get paid better.
Yeah.
All the editors,
DJs.
all the DJs, all the whatever. And it's like, you can look at that and be like, oh shoot, there's too many basketball tournaments now. It's like, no. Clearly people like basketball
Yeah.
tournaments. So then when
there's more attention in there now.
when
More
Summer Jam
eyes.
is done for this year, everyone's
Yeah.
going, when's the next one?
Yeah.
Right? Because people are not loyal to Summer Jam or not loyal to Shoot to Shoot.
We're loyal
not
to the people coming out and having a good time watching.
People
the
are
sport.
loyal to having a good time.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's like, well, now obviously this is on the events and or the creatives or the whatever. It's like, don't book yourselves in the same space and
Yeah.
act competitive,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
the great thing is that they don't do this stuff, right? So it's like end of the year, we know Shoot to Shoot is what's happening.
We know Elevate
Start of the
League and
year,
that.
we know is Summer Jam.
Yeah.
Elevate, we know is in the middle of the year, right? And so it's like,
Serious.
there you go.
Broken up,
It
yeah.
kind of, and everyone gets to eat across the board.
This is the thing, bro.
And feed across
We need
the
it.
board.
It's the systems and the ecosystems that need to be created, bro. Like
Yeah.
we need to know what the model is, how we operate, but then we also need literally an ecosystem of this to exist, kind of thing. Like there's so many videographers, so many DJs. Like it means that we can have these events at different scales.
Yeah.
Not all videographers are going to be able to get paid for the Summer Jam kind of level, but they're also willing and ready to get paid at, this is not me making it sound like
Yeah.
these guys are paying much less, but a Jordan bag is a different bag. We know that for sure, right? But you can be at another event that happens in the community that still brings out about, 3,000 people, 1,000 people to it. And that's your bag, that's your pocket. And as you move and as you develop, you end up at these other levels. Like, bro, it's an ecosystem and a full channel, but... I don't know if that happens in all kind of areas or fields that it can, or if we're realizing that it can just yet. You know what I mean? I think maybe this is the time where people start to be like, all right, what can we do? It's for us, it's even weird how we've made a switch in terms of just honestly doing the creative reach outs. Like now constantly looking out for the management of all these different people that are coming. I have way too many managers now that man's following and has DM'd and emailed or messaged kind of stuff that were in. Some of them replying very quickly as well, like, oh, snap. Like, it literally just took that kind of thing. We're like, oh, this is the way we've got to start thinking about, okay, what can we bring into this city like that? So it's mad, man. It really could become, it could be something. We could be having.
You just got to continue to collaborate, though. Like, there's no point of all of this happening and people aren't collaborating. We're not giving different people opportunities and platforms as well to be able to share and grow. So
I think it depends. I think some people think their community is slightly different. So, for example, Summer Jam's community versus Shoot. Right? I mean, I've been to both. The community is very, very different in terms of who comes out to these events and who actually comes out to these events as well. Right? So I could also understand where it's like we don't really need to have that conversation because our audience is completely different. Right?
But what the conversation actually does, though, is it just allows eyes to be on everything that everyone's doing. And now it increases the resources and the attention for everyone, if you know what I'm saying. I think that's what it does. Because the conversation doesn't even happen in terms of like, oh yeah, if you're having your thing, I'm having my thing, we have different audiences. We could even have it on the same day as calm. It wouldn't be calm, but that's what it sounds like, right? But what it actually is like, oh, this is how you're moving, this opportunity. Okay, bet you guys are passed on these sponsors because you don't need them. Let's hold them down instead. You know, like it's that. And
I feel like Summer Jam has everybody though, no?
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Summer Jam has a good mix.
When I look at it, it's like everybody that you see at Shoot, you also see at Summer Jam, and Summer Jam then has plus more.
Yeah.
I think Summer Jam tapped into like a very different audience that's not outside of what we normally see, right? This is my experience going to like Summer Jam for the last.
Are you saying the whites?
6 years.
Well, I think that's what you get when you increase scale. I think that's what you get.
I think what it is. I think that I mean, obviously, when you have the sponsors like the Nike, the Jordans, and so on, right?
The reach is much larger.
The looks that you have and the people that will come through, I'm like, because when I went the last 2 years, I'm like, man, I've never seen these people before, right? But when I went like 6 years before, I'm like, yeah, I know everybody, right? So it becomes slightly different.
Natural. Yeah, that'll happen with Shoot as well.
Yeah, exactly right. But I mean, ideally, yes, if ever I can sort of, hey, this is what's happening on this week. But I think what's happening is that people do it automatically without having that conversation, right? So, for example, let's say we want to run a basketball tournament. We already know Summer Jam holds down Feb. So we wouldn't even have to we wouldn't do it in Feb. Doesn't mean that we have to have a conversation with them, right? We'll just go off and do it in.
No knowledge.
We'll just know.
I'm just trying to find out who they got that gave them bread so we can get that too, bro. That's what I would be doing.
That's a Jordan, that's a Nike, that's the Foot Locker. Yeah.
Obviously, Drake pulled up to Summer Jam as well, so amazing, sensational look for them. Came in, I think they cleared out VIP probably as well. So I don't know. I don't know what happens to all the people that got them.
It was only Lance Stevenson that was up there, but
bro, if Lance Stevenson was there, they moved him too. No, actually, he was up there. That'd have been crazy. So he pulled up whatever. I don't know how much I don't want to like bag on add on to the Drake train, but it's interesting. I was just saying, I wonder what it must feel like to just, I don't know, like you almost exist in your own ecosystem, your own bubble kind of thing, right? Like literally everyone parted the seas for Don to walk up these stairs and go and end up, and perch up there and enjoy the show, enjoy the vibes, which obviously security issue makes sense. Like you got to clear that out. But I wonder in your mind, like, if this is your constant experience at so many different places, does it get tiring, bro? Does it become bored? Like just everywhere, people are literally parting the Red Sea for you everywhere you go. Because in sometimes when you catch, obviously it's photography, bro, so you can catch someone at a bad angle, but I don't know, the guy's looking sad, bro.
Yeah, I don't
tired? Know. Maybe tired. He's been doing shows.
But that's remember, bro. But whilst he was in Australia, you had Kendrick winning 5 Grammys for dissing this guy, bro.
Yeah, like no lie, it would get pretty draining to that feeling like that cultural narrative has spun on you is an exhausting thing, especially when you're used to being number one. But then in terms of like the everyone moving out the section stuff, I'm not gonna lie. If I had that level of fame, I'm not standing in the section with anybody else.
No, of course not.
And like only because it's like it's gonna drive me crazy after a while. Literally every second someone tapping my shoulder. Hey, can I have a photo? Hey, can I this? My son wants a photo with you. My daughter wants a photo with you. Can you record this video for my friend? Oh, it'd be so funny if she gets a video from. Like it's like no. Like no,
it's actually not funny.
I actually can't do that. Like I actually cannot do that.
And I doubt he was getting paid to be there. He just showed up. No,
I've tried to make the connection.
I was thinking about it, and like obviously Summer Jam has
the Jordan.
Like people know about it.
Yes.
But it's like I think because Jordan Brand and Nike are one you know, house kind of thing. Obviously, he's got the deal with Nike. I wouldn't be surprised if there was an element of like, yo, we need you to show face because it's good for content.
Got you.
As part of your, you know, it's like we can ask for certain things. Now, I'm sure he can say no, but I'm sure he was also like, yeah, I'm not doing much. Similar way to, like, I know Kendrick doesn't do many interviews at all.
Yeah, bro.
But like, or especially nowadays, like
And
nothing.
all of a sudden.
And then he's done the Apple Music one, but it's only because he's doing the halftime show for the Super
yeah,
Bowl,
so he
which
has
is
to.
the Apple Music Super Bowl now.
Yeah.
So I would assume it's something contractual. So there's a lot of those kind of things when it comes to this.
Behind the scenes.
Conversations behind, yeah.
But like, also the guy's known for loving basketball, so
That's
wouldn't
true.
be
And you're in the
you know.
city, you're not doing much on the
Yeah,
day.
like-
Why not?
Come check it out.
Touch
Why
road,
not?
man. Well, yeah.
No, I was just gonna say it would be fun though, like if he was traveling with, because I know he's traveling. Who's the guy that he's traveling with?
Chubbs.
Chubbs. Is that
Boss was
a
there as
friend
well.
or his DJ?
Was it Glow? Who? Gordon? Was he with Gordon? No.
I don't know who was there, but like, you know, having certain people around you, where like, okay, I know that I can chat, because I was even thinking, I was like, oh, there's no girls around him, like he doesn't have any, you know, women
He's got
around
no
him
babes,
type of thing. So I was like, oh, I wonder if
Well,
it's
what
just
kind
a
of
thing of,
girl?
like, you get tired of having
Well-
women around you all the time, like, because what can you do? What are you doing
daytime,
In
yeah.
the daytime too, where people are watching, cameras are on you, like you. Oh, thank you.
No, you do.
Yeah, it would probably get tiring, but I'm like, yeah, you just have your homies with you, post it up, and you have a good time, man.
Like, what else are you gonna do?
Exactly. But we love it. Welcome, Drake. Can't wait to see your concert.
Say Drake. Speaking of King Kenny, he's at the Super Bowl, huh? It would have happened by the time
happens.
it's out. The only thing that I have in my mind is if he's gonna sing "Not Like Us."
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he's gonna do it. Is this like? There's no chance.
Do you think
Daniel
he's
was
gonna do
saying
it?
that he would. He
Damn,
would,
bro! Drag up the whole carpet, man. Bro,
Yeah.
I did it 3 times too.
I got too excited.
Daniel was saying he wouldn't do it because
No, I'm
he'd
saying
get sued.
no, not him. I wonder if there could be a defamation case that comes to the Super Bowl for it.
No,
Because Drake's already doing it right now for the
UMG
for the yeah.
I don't think
I
Nationally,
was saying, I say
National
surely
show.
he cannot not perform this song.
that's.
like
What,
he
I
has
don't
to
think he
perform
can.
it.
I honestly think he can even. He would potentially even open up with it.
Say Drake, I hate you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1.
Really?
Yeah. Break, open up, couple dink, break, finish the rest of the set, close off with it.
I feel like he's gonna surprise us. Like right at the end, it's like, oh, you guys thought I wasn't gonna do
no,
it.
yeah, like
Yeah.
that is the real piss
For me,
take.
this is the thing. If he wasn't gonna do it, I feel like he doesn't want to be defined by that song, right? Because I think he has a real chance to
Hit him with some unreleased.
unreleased, but also because Kendrick is very strategic and everything, right? So he can be like, I actually read a
Yeah, I'm
comment.
curious about the message that
The
he's going
message,
to do
yeah.
through his, because his live performances are insane. The Grammys that he's done over the years, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Like the actual, like,
Theatrics
message,
of it and that,
theatrics
yeah.
is, yeah.
Because I think he's gonna really use this opportunity to say something, right? Because I read this message, I'm like, someone's like, he should focus on "We're Gonna Be Alright." You know that song, "Alright."
All right.
It's like, yeah, the world is crazy, this is that, blah blah blah, but we're gonna be alright because we're in this together, right? I'm like, I don't think that's what's gonna happen, but I kind of like that take, right? So I think if it does not like us, it's gonna be like he's defined by that song.
Well, this is the thing. What was the message of GNX when we actually think about it? Because I don't think normally we have a theme. I don't know if we've actually been able to figure out what would the theme
I mean,
be.
sonically,
for
it had a
GNX.
theme that it sounded like the Bay Area.
Yes,
It
but
sounded very
messaging
much
though.
like that.
Because that's typically what he does around his performance times. They would obviously like TPAB or Typical Butterfly, right? The messaging and everything that performances came around that was around the brutality, was around the experience, was around slavery. You know what I mean? Like it all brings that out of it. What could be the era or the time now?
Well, he's really
Yeah.
big on this unifying the Bloods not unifying the Bloods and Crips, but like that LA culture.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say that's what I'm curious about with the halftime show. I'm like, I wonder how much, because obviously with the pop out, the live show that he did in LA, the Bloods and Crips was like the main central focus of the whole thing, right? In terms of like bringing them on stage, all the LA artists, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, I wonder how that's gonna go with the Super Bowl when it's like a corporate thing that all of America's gonna watch. And it's like
Seeing these guys fly flags.
exactly, yeah, right. So how's that gonna look in terms of like for them? They're like, well, we can't celebrate gang culture,
Right.
but also there's the complexity of gang culture that it's not always negative,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, and a lot of it's, you know, because of environment that America has created. So it's like
redlining everything. Man.
you know what I mean? So it's like, so I'm curious to see how that happens, because that was also a big thing on the album where it was like he was involved throughout it.
But at the same time, not to perform a song that swept the Grammys is wild.
He's gonna perform it. It's the biggest song of his career. He has to perform it. There's like that's like going to.
Do you think that's bigger than?
It's bigger than everything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
bigger
You
than
think
swimming
that's-
pools.
What's the other
It's
one?
bigger
bro?
than
You think that's bigger than Backstreet Freestyle, bro?
Backseat Freestyle.
Backseat Freestyle.
Yeah, it's bigger because you can't remember the name.
Backseat. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But when you hear that,
No.
bro,
Yeah, so
Martin had a
it's
dream.
whether it's a better song or not, it's
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
biggest
yeah,
song
yeah,
of his
yeah.
career, right? So yeah, I'm trying to think everything like off of Damn, or maybe Humble. Humble might be bigger.
Yeah.
But has any song gotten 5 Grammys?
No, so that's the most
So then it automatically
one
does
song
that
has
not
ever
make
won.
it-
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's
And it's the
best
first
rap song performance.
It's the first
Automatically.
diss
record
song
of
to
the
win
year.
record of the year
That's so wild.
or rap
He-
song of the year.
He would have to win it. I mean, sorry, yeah, he would have to perform.
He has
But
to perform.
didn't he win Record of the Year as well?
Yeah,
Song
Yeah.
of the Year.
off of that. So that's yeah.
You know how crazy that is, bro?
That's not.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's not
like,
okay.
Like it would
That's-
get.
that's rude.
That's not.
It's a bit rude.
And you have Taylor Swift doing this to the song too,
Yeah.
bro.
So what
But
I
you know
think-
what?
So what I think he will do to keep himself safe from lawsuits and stuff is he won't say certain things. He'll let the audience do it.
Yeah,
So he might do Certified Lover Boy and then Quiet, and then everyone just goes Certified Pedophile,
Crazy.
right? As I didn't say it.
What's it gonna do? He's still gonna say Drake. I hear you like him young.
I thought he would say his name. He surely wouldn't say
Nah,
his
yeah,
name.
yeah. You know, Kendrick, he's not gonna say these words, and
Crazy,
the
man.
audience will just say it for him.
I was saying if the DJ at Summer Jam spun the tune, that would have
That's
been
what, bro. That's what
absolutely
not even that song, just Kendrick in
I'm
general.
sure somebody got tapped and said, "Hey, don't."
Don't do it.
Of
100%.
course.
Nike would have brought that conversation
I
down.
tried.
It would have come all the way down. That
You know how
would've
wild
been-
is that? Like for you to run a big event, there's all these little things that now you actually have to consider. Damn, bro.
On that whole thing though, the smart thing is that because the song calls him a pedophile, it can run on TV. That's just a word. It's not a swear word.
Yeah, he did on the Grammys. Bro.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why Taylor Swift was doing that part, bro.
Taylor Swift having
Taylor
a
Swift was
good
doing it. She said
time.
certified word.
Yeah.
She's always turning up, man. I love it, but I don't know. if it's
Kendrick is black people's Taylor Swift. Though. The
Sure.
way, like,
No.
as in,
Kendrick is
black
it's like
people's
whatever
Taylor
he
Swift.
does, black people are gonna be like, yeah, we like him.
Nah, but for the longest they didn't. There was,
Didn't
a
like
lot
what,
of, there was a
Kendrick?
lot of black people that were on like, I'm sick of this messaging stuff. A lot. During To Pimp a Butterfly, people weren't,
That-
there was a weird narrative that was coming around at that time.
Yeah, 'cause
from
people-
black camps.
People are like, bro, not everything has to be deep, bro.
Literally, yeah. That was a whole thing that was happening at that time, I remember, bro.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know.
that's
why that album
the
didn't do-
upswing
yeah.
has been a bit interesting to
Interesting.
observe, yeah. Anyway, man.
People don't like deep messaging, bro.
To run it back to big shows and whatnot, obviously we're talking about how we're moving now. We're at a very different stage in life than we probably ever thought that we would that would get to and would be at, yeah? So we saw, actually you literally told me about this just yesterday even, man. The trend around
Coffee with my
coffee
younger
with your
self.
younger self or catching up with your younger self, right?
Yeah.
So we've gone ahead, I guess the premise or the thing of it is people would be like, just caught up with 14-year-old me.
Like, this is what she ordered.
Yeah.
This is what I ordered. This
She
is
was
what
10
she was
minutes
talking
late.
about.
Yeah,
This is what
blah,
I-
blah, blah.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. So it's just like to simulate what would it look like if you had, like pretty much had a sit down or conversation or caught up with your younger self, right? So we've gone ahead and put age 16, right, as our
As our base, yeah.
as our time
Younger
frame
self.
for when we were caught up with our younger self. So now I think we all have thought about it or written it down, and we're gonna share what would have been what this catch up would have kind of looked like. I guess.
So the first time is what time would you arrive, yeah? Is that the
yeah,
first question?
I think
Like,
everyone
Oh, you
just
just
do your
read it?
whole thing.
You just read it. Or
Yeah,
say
the
them
order
all.
was what time, day, and you got there. What did you and them order? What's on their mind at the moment? What's on your mind? And then the piece of advice that you kind of like, I guess, leave them with. Yeah, I saw you were cooking in the whip, so maybe you can kick us off or what?
I mean, do you have yours?
It's not really finished.
Okay, sure.
so we're doing like what they would think and what we would think right now.
Just the
Well,
whole
I mean, yeah,
spiel of it. Yeah,
you can do it however you want, really, but pretty much, like that. Okay, so caught up with my younger self. She came 30 minutes late because she missed the bus wearing a $10 JJ shirt and jeans. I came 10 minutes late wearing a blouse and jeans. She said she's struggling in school because she's the only black girl there and is trying to fit in. I told her she'll be surrounded by plenty of black people and black friends in all areas of life when she grows up. She said she's not sure if she'll ever be able to experience positive love because there's not much of it in her life currently. I told her she will fall in love, she will have great memories with great people, and everything will be all right.
Yeah, you actually had a whole script.
But you know that video where
We
Kashan's
love-
rapping and the guy starts crying, bro? That's how I feel right now.
Fake cry, bro.
That was nice, man. What the heck?
Yeah, man. I love my younger self.
That's actually
$10
very nice.
shirts, you know, cheap food, and just trying to have a good time. But yeah, I think that's definitely the type of conversations that I'd be having. Just letting myself know it's gonna be okay.
You know, you want to investigate a little bit, but I'm like,
we just
I like
leave it
leaving
there.
it there,
Let's
but
leave it
there's so many
there.
like kind of, I guess, questions or whatnot. But one, I guess, just one question:
yeah.
How much did that actually weigh on you in terms of the being at the school and feeling like you didn't have like your peoples around you? Like you made friends, obviously, but then what does it feel like? How much was that weighing on you in terms of like you're the literally? Yeah, I think you were at that point the only African girl in that.
I think it did weigh on me a lot. Even it's not even like a thing of like, oh, once I was out of it, that's when I noticed. It was like even when I was in it, I noticed. Every day it's like you're getting up and you know you have to put on this type of persona. And it's so crazy when I look back because there's so many photos and videos of things that I just allowed them to do to me. So I think there was one time where like a group of them got around and they put white foundation on my face.
Rah.
And I just allowed it. Like I literally allowed it because I was like, what can I do? There's no one else that's
Because
here.
they're hitting you with the Marwa, please.
Yeah, please. We just want to see how it looks. And then they're, you know, laughing and stuff. And of course with your hair, like I remember so many times where they just, you know, unbraid my hair. They'll be like, oh, we just want to see how it looks. And it's like, you just freshly got your braids done.
Yo.
And they're like, oh, we just want to see how it looks. Can we, you know, and you're just sitting there like there's no one else to defend me and tell these guys that it's wrong.
Yeah.
So even if I do say it, now I
Speaking up
become the
feels
outcast.
crazy,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now I'm making it a thing of like, oh, I'm a black girl. You guys are treating me different type of thing. So when I think about it, it's like there's a lot of things that I just had to let slide because I didn't want to feel like I don't fit in. And it's crazy as well because there were two girls, Indigenous girls who ended up coming to our school and they left within 2 weeks just because, I mean, I had conversations with them and I really tried, but when you're by yourself, it's hard to make someone else feel.
Like, how do you integrate them
how do
into
you-
something?
how do you-
Yeah, I'm all you got. Yeah.
Especially when you yourself are fighting for your life, trying to, you know, fit in as well. And so when I saw that even did something in me where I was like, okay, I really need to like keep trying or else I didn't want to feel like an outcast. I didn't want to feel like a loner within the school. So I really did push and try. And I mean, I made it out. I made some really great friends as well that over the years we grew together. And I mean, we never really had conversations about me being black in the school. So that never came up as conversations between them, like I said before, because I didn't want it to be a thing. I was just trying to survive. I was just trying to survive.
fighting for my life out here,
I was
man.
fighting for, and I was really holding on to the fact like, oh, I'm going to see my black friends during the weekend. I'm going to see them. Everything is going to be all right. I'm going to see my black family when I get home. So, but other than that, I mean, you know, it was good.
I'll never forget the day.
Okay.
I don't know what year. I think maybe 80 or 9. We went to the Dandenong Hango Jacks, and then I was there with my mom, my siblings, and then you were there with your mom as well. But that mom looks so innocent, bro. It looked like she was going through it. She was just like, I was like, she looked like the girl where there was no black friends.
And it's so crazy
Miskin,
because
bro.
everyone will always be like, you sound like such a white girl. You talk
Oh,
like
like-
such a white girl. Throughout my whole high schooling and end of primary school, you talk like a white girl.
I
You
really
talk
tried
and
to
it just
stop
reminded
myself. I
me.
tried to stop myself from saying it when I'm.
And it reminded me every time.
No, we
I'm
used
like,
to say this
okay.
one phrase all the time, like, brother, not a single black person ever
Shits
says
me
it.
up the wall.
Shits me up the wall. What?
They love that one in
Where
school.
this all from, bro?
What the?
Oh gosh, but yeah.
That's good, man.
Thanks.
Shout, who paid? At the catch up. Oh yeah, she's broke, so you paid.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
She only had enough for the bus for the JJ t-shirt and that's it.
Oh my days. Who's next?
You actually had a whole script. I just
I got what you got.
I read like one sentence each. 16-year-old me pull up with skinny jeans and Vans. I have the exact outfit in my head.
With a snapback.
Oh,
For real. That was the thing back in the days. He'll probably rock up 10 minutes late, trying to be on time.
Yeah.
I was never into that, like this whole late thing. I don't do that. I would rock up, or the current me would rock up 10, 15 minutes early for the catch up. And I would order like a latte, right? with like some avocado salad thing, and he would probably order chai latte, complete opposite, with like chicken burger.
Crazy meal.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't make sense. In terms of what would be on my mind, 16-year-old me, to be honest, because that's what, like year 11?
Yep. 10 for you guys, I think.
10, yeah.
Yeah,
10.
10, yeah. To be honest, because I was thinking back in year 10, like what was I even going through? So I think I was actually pretty calm in year 10, but I think I'd be more worried about like friendship stuff. Just more about like friendship. Like, because I think in year 10, like friendship circles was different. Like, I think I was getting closer to you as well, because that's when you start to be a little bit cool.
I hear it.
Yeah,
I hear it.
You get what I'm saying? But I think year 10 is when I actually realized, again, my 16-year-old me will be more focused on what is my actual friendship group? Who am I actually trying to hang around with? Where am I trying to devote my time to? Right? My advice would be, hey, it'll all work out. I literally wrote that down because like we had that conversation last time. Ultimately, everything will always work out. My advice would be, A, you're going to go through it, but it's going to work out. You're going to find the right people. You got a good heart. It's going to work out. And then what would be on my mind now will just be like, obviously turning 28. It's like, hey, life is getting serious. Trying to take that next phase of my life, thinking of family, thinking of, house and all, like completely different.
Literally.
This one you're worried about who's going to be your friend. Or this one over here is like, who am I going to hang out with? Over here, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm looking at marriage. I'm looking at family.
We're taking the piss though.
Those
But
matter.
the gravity of that at that time is life changing.
No.
Like,
It's the biggest thing that you've experienced up to that point. Like, that's why even when kids go like, I'm so stressed about my exams, I'm like, are you going to go over it? But it's like, no, they actually haven't faced anything harder than this. And then specifically the friendship, bro, if you pack that decision out, how many people do we know just because of friendships?
Ruined them,
Yeah.
Like, it's actually crazy. Like, it actually is quite important at that time.
Stress about it.
Bro, it feels like
Stress about it.
the world is around this, bro. Like this is my world right now. My world is, am I gonna be friends with this guy or whatever? Right? I can't go to sleep because this guy doesn't forgive me. I don't know. That's the worst one, bro.
I remember when my friend in grade 4, I don't know if I said it on here before, when he told my crush that I liked her. Yeah.
Bro.
And I just couldn't forgive him. But then it was stressing me out. I was like, bro, are we not going to be friends anymore? He wrote me a little letter in the postcode. He put 4EVA, forever. And that's what got me. I said, nah, I can't. Maybe this year. You know what? Bet. Hey man, we can't lose this bond, bro. It's crazy, like, the gravity of it.
At a time like that, you're probably like, bro, there's no way I'm going back to school tomorrow.
It's fun, bro.
No, I'm not going back.
Bro, you'll be in the car with your parents. They don't know you've just had the worst day of grade 3 in your life, bro. My best friend might leave.
Guess what?
We might not be friends anymore.
Tomorrow you're going back, bro. You go back tomorrow to face it.
They don't understand why you don't want to go to school. They don't understand.
Adiola, come and eat now.
Eat your breakfast.
Come, mama, come.
You're tossing a 30.
Mom, forever.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm stressed about.
Right?
Yeah.
It's funny you remember the postcode.
Bro, it sticks with me, man. I remember being rude to the guy because his locker, like his bag spot was right underneath me and I was just ignoring him. The girl's like, Daniel, just forgive him. Bro.
That's so sad.
You want to go?
Whoever.
All right. Caught up with 16-year-old me. He actually got there on time because he probably got dropped off by his dad. I got there 10 minutes late because I constantly forget how far I actually live away from everywhere. So, yeah, I was late. Fair. He ordered a mocha because he didn't want to seem childish for getting a hot chocolate. And I got an Earl Grey tea because I actually realized people don't care what you order anymore at this age. He spent a while, though, getting ready with his fresh drip that he got from his holiday to America. And he was actually really, really worried about how he looked because at this time, he was struggling like with his weight and how he thought people viewed him at the time. He was hoping that this conversation that he was going to have with older Daniel was going to solve all the questions he's got in his mind and about the future because next year is year 12 and he's got no clue what he actually wants to do with his life at the moment. And then my piece of advice to him would be, you'll be okay because actually turns out you actually meet the love of your life next year. That you're going to get married to, and you start to see all these things start to fall into place in the future. And right now, me, like President Daniel, will tell him, I'm actually still figuring it out, but everything has fallen into place leading up till now, so you're going to be okay.
Wow.
Yes. It's kind of deep when you think about younger you and what you're going through a little bit, man.
It is very. So can we question?
Go for it,
something? All right. Daniel, 16.
Yeah.
What exactly?
How big were the titties?
Bro, the titties were booming, bro.
I was trying to preach sensitivity.
He was allowed to run.
And you know what the problem was? This is when the first growth spurt had stopped.
Right.
So we're in the in-between phase
Yeah.
of nothing else is growing, stretching this way.
Just
The Nyash was Woodoof, bro. Woodoof.
Over there.
And he was wearing the freaking the jumper, the school jumper all the time. That just accentuated it as well too, bro.
sits on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. You wore your jumper all the time because you were scared about it?
No, I stopped. I had to stop because I started to realize he started to realize.
Oh, around your waist. Sorry.
Accentuates.
So man, I had to wear the blazer because that was a box
As you
fit.
saw the white shirt, the blazer,
The white
bro.
shirt with the blazer only standard.
Because I had something similar in schools. I never wore the school jumper. Like, I always wore the raincoat.
The
Because the
raincoat, yeah.
jumper made me look too fat.
They didn't let us wear that.
And no, they didn't either. So I always had it zipped up.
Yeah.
To make it look like I've got the other joint. Because you had to wear that one and then the raincoat. Right, which I was like, freaking stupid.
Man's just cooking.
Bro, so I was always, and it's like, and I've naturally always been like, I sweat a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
And so I was, but it's like, it's crazy, like that level of discomfort that you allow yourself
because
of
perception.
these
Yeah.
perceptions. And then you're like, I don't know, I think as I've gotten older, I kind of realized, like, bro, people know you're fat. Like, you're not gonna
can't hide
disprove
it.
them. Like, as in, wearing this isn't gonna make them think, oh, mate, he's so fit. Like, people know, just be comfortable.
They just
That's funny,
they
bro.
just don't say anything.
Yeah, like, no one's gonna say nothing. It's crazy.
man,
In their
Yeah.
mind, they're just talking to you. That's it.
Yeah,
I think year 7 was when I was the fattest though.
yeah.
So I might have been slowly losing it, but it's that in between phase, like I'm saying, where like
Because at that age, you care more. Like year 7, you might
Yeah.
not care as much, but when you're in year 11,
Yeah.
you care
Yeah,
so
yeah,
much
yeah.
more about how you look. To
I
other
realized
people.
you're showing I didn't care because I looked at my school photo and brother, that thing was an egg. My face was an egg, and
Did you have chubby cheeks?
yeah, my mom was still cutting my hair that time, so that thing was straight
Hate
zero
crime.
buzz cut
Hate
with a rainbow hairline. Crazy, literally hate crime on me, bro. Yeah, what a time! What a time to be
Done
alive!
and I hate it.
What a time to be alive,
Did your
bro.
friends ever say anything to you about it?
I started to deepen, and this
You-
is actually
what
why
are your
therapy
level?
might make sense, huh?
What year level are we talking about?
16, that'll be year 11.
Year 11.
Are you asking, have you said anything about it at the age of 16?
Yeah. At that time, did you guys ever
Yeah, what'd you
say
say to me, you
anything
little
about
freaking
it?
bully?
To be fair, I believe I was the only person who did not say anything.
100%, yeah, you're right.
I was
a
a
good person, man.
bro. I knew what was going
Or is he
through.
an
Is that
enabler?
good though? Exactly.
No, he already knew what he was going through.
Facts. Hey, you basically
No.
you basically watched them put white makeup on his
No.
face.
For real.
I didn't say anything because it's like he knows it and I know it, like what he's going through, right?
That's hilarious,
So there's no point
bro.
of me trying to roast him about it. Like he knows it. We're not talking about him, let's say, a bit overweight, right? And he doesn't know it, but I'm not saying
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not the situation. The situation is that this is what the situation is, and then other people are roasting him about it. But I was like, hey guys, like we don't know what he's going through.
That's what I was gonna say. This is why I pick on everything out of people. Like, I don't. You know, I always constantly. Like, it's the first joke. Like, I see someone, I won't even say hi yet. I'll be like, "Damn, man! Like, you could have matched the da 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 da." Like straight away, yeah. But out of bands and closeness with homies. But I'm like, it clearly does come from on the forefront.
Yeah.
Like, don't you remember the time someone was about to say something to me? It was at a wedding that we had that happened not too long ago. One of my homies was gonna say something to me, and I roasted
And
him
you
straight
said
away
something.
immediately. I said I was just getting ahead of it. I was getting ahead of it, bro. But I'm like, it probably definitely comes from that
Yeah.
time, bro. But yeah,
Well,
but yeah,
he made it through.
he made it through, bro.
Noor.
The bag daddy, bro.
Cool. Let me do this. So I actually ended up writing it out. Cool. All right. So 16-year-old version of myself. We met up at a football field.
Ah, come on.
He came 15 minutes early because he was always anxious about being late. I came 5 minutes late because I realized it doesn't matter. He brought a Gatorade and some chips, and I just brought a bottle of water. He told me that he was having fun in life, but he's still finding his feet moving to yet another school and country. He mentioned that it feels weird to constantly reset and be around new people, especially now that in Australia none of them look like him in his school. I told him that that's the story of his life, but to keep making friends with people that look nothing like him because some of them become his brothers. His moves made him richer in experiences than anyone around him. I told him that he's good at learning, but he needs to get better at applying himself to what he's learned.
Wow.
Damn, man.
That's good.
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh, that's really good.
I actually feel my.
If you feel it,
He said, ooh.
I'm gonna cry.
16-year-old man.
I almost cried for Marwas as well, bro. And he's back. Guys, guys, let's get him. Nah, but dog. Hey, me too.
That's
What the
deep.
freak?
It's alright, guys.
That's deep. That's
Yeah,
really,
that's-
really deep to sit there and have this conversation. I like how you met in the football field,
Standard,
you
it's
have that
typical.
love. Yeah, you had that love for it, and you still do.
And the water bottle was so on it. Like that's
Yeah.
literally on the money
That's
right there,
yeah.
man. No will
Also,
pull up with a
even the
water bottle
time.
and his jacks, bro. So it lick up, bro.
Sorry, bro. Sorry, I'm late. How are you? That's that's him right now.
Oh, that's hilarious. I can
Wow.
see y'all sitting on the the
bench.
gate or the
Yeah.
bench even. Yeah.
And just chatting.
Damn, but do you talk to your parents about the moves? Has that been a conversation you guys have had?
Funny enough, I sat down with my mum and dad and we talked about like everything recently. This would have been like a month ago.
Yeah.
And my dad has this thing where he's like anything that he's in recent years, he's gotten to this thing where it's like anything, and he repeated it. He's like, anything that you're upset about with me, say it now. Because there's going to be a point in my life where you can't say it and you're just going to have to hold that forever. He's like, because he's like, because I experienced that with my mom, as in him with his mom.
Yeah.
He's like, there's things that I want to tell her or ask her or whatever about like, why did you do this? Why didn't you do this? Why did you not certain things? But I can now. And it's like, I just hold that forever. And he's like, so if there's anything, just say it. And so we went into it like quite a bit, like, and I was like, we talked about all those moves and I was like, what it also did is like, there's certain areas of my life where it's like, I feel like I'm so far ahead of people that I know. And certain areas of my life where I'm like, I'm so behind because of it. Right. And like, and I only feel the ramifications of it like now at 27, nearly 28. Right. Where it's like certain things where I'm like, it sounds stupid, but it's like as simple as because I didn't grow up here, but I chose my subjects of where to go to university here. Right. I came at a point, and to be fair, it was even more tough for my sister, not knowing this system, right? And so at the time, like I remember the only, and between curriculum, so British, you do the GCSE here, you do VCE, it's like the subjects have different names other than math, science, whatever. So those are the only common ones to us, right? And so when it came to picking our subjects, just choose things around that stuff that you know. So when people were saying things like VCD, visual communication design, whatever, I'm like, bro, what a freaking stupid subject to do. That's my career right now. Right? And it's like, had I grew up here and known and whatnot, I'm like, I would have been aware of certain things. I would have had, you know, like family friends or people from church, whatever, that I like have been through this that can tell me, yo, maybe do this, maybe do that. Oh, this is how I had nobody at all.
You would have been querying these people growing up already. And all
my
that,
sister had a very funny, like when you talk to her right now, it's like she had such a traumatic experience of year 12 that like she genuinely doesn't remember anything from that year.
She came in year 12.
She came in year 12 having not done year 11. So she jumped straight into 3-4s.
Yeah.
To be fair, with what she actually got ATAR wise is pretty friggin' high for someone that's not done any of the thingos, but she felt like she had failed, and so it's like and she was just studying all the time. So it's like when you actually talk to her, she's like, I don't remember anything from school. Like the 1 year that I did school, she's like, I don't remember
blocked it
anything
out, pretty much.
at all, right? But then on my end, it's like I didn't have anyone to talk to. I didn't whatever. And so it's like, because of that, it's like so many things that a lot of my friends would have discovered by year 12 or whatever, I probably discovered 4 years, 5 years later. You know what I mean? Even in social settings and things like that. Because we're constantly bouncing. Even probably like dumb crap that like I may have done at like 23, 24. Most of my friends might have done it like 17, 18, right? Because it's like they had all their friends to do it with, right?
Exactly.
So it's like I just missed out because it's like constantly reset. And so there's so I ended up telling I was telling my dad, like there's so many elements of that where it's like, it sucks, but like I'm not mad at it, but it's like it took a toll.
Yeah.
And it's a toll like that, because none of it was like my decision. You know what I mean? Or any of the moves. It was all their decisions. And it's like on his end, it's like, this is where like the talking it out also helps. It's like you're obviously unaware of like just in their mind, everything, I'll say for the average parent, is how do I make this better for my kids?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like everything is with the mindset of do I make this better for my kid? Do I make this better for my kid? Like, I think even because of that, it's like I've kind of always had this perception of like there's this weird route in life where it's like a decision affects the next decision, affects the next decision, but you don't know how it's going to go, right? And it's like, it almost makes me, I don't want to say humble, but it's like, it just makes me feel small in a good way, right? Because it's like, after moving from Qatar, the options were either New Zealand or the real aim was to go to America, back to America, right? And so I always think about it, I'm like, what would I have been? Like, and it sounds so dumb, yeah, but it's like, because I'm pretty sure we were meant to go to New Jersey or something like that. Nice. And it's like, what would I have become if we moved? Would I have become an athlete? Would I have got shot in a school shooting? Damn. Right? Would I, like, you just don't know, like all this kind of stuff. Would I have become a massive introvert for some reason, super depressed? Would I have become really bubbly, even more so, right? We ended up moving to Australia and this happened. And these are the people I know, and I'm like,
that's your
I'm
life.
grateful.
Yeah.
You know, like it was honestly, like at the end of it, I'm grateful, but there are certain things. And so talking to my parents is quite interesting.
I like that.
Yeah.
Crazy conversation to have with them.
It's
a beautiful one,
Yeah,
though.
because like you're not putting blame, but like
You're putting it out.
Yeah.
You're laying it out
Yeah.
and trying to make sense of it. I saw this really nice schematic, and I guess we can relate it to our lives as well, around data, where it's like, just a bunch of Lego, and it's like, I just screenshot it, so let me not butcher it. It's a bunch of Lego that are laid out, all different colors and whatnot, right? And then essentially when they're all in a pile, like that's data, right? When you put them into the different color groups, that's sorted. When they're stacked up in their color groups, that's arranged. And then when you like put them out in like a graph to show how many of each one you've got, then it's presented visually. And you put that all together and you build a house from it, and it's like, and now this is how you go from data to now explaining it with a story. And it's like all the little elements in our life, right? That we that literally all the little decisions, all the different things that have brought us to this point here. It's so easy to, I guess, really, I mean, bear in mind, there's very traumatic things that happen to people as well. But it is very easy to now define your life, but that one data point in the whole story of your life, right? But all of that actually accumulates into building out the complete story of your life, because there's so many other data points that it needs to connect to. But people literally stop the rest of the story developing because they stop at, point 17 years old on the bar graph. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy that you can try to change the perspective on certain situations and allow that to now continue to write the story, or you literally just truncate the rest of it from that point. And you see people trapped, actually. Like, you can tell for some people's lives where it's like, this is I'm going to keep using the word data point, but this is the data point that you've continued to exist in right now. Like, we know that for friends where like things have happened and we've seen that they've continued to spin around that one point. Like, there's not been any kind of progression in any kind of way from it. It's like, it's wild that that's what actually can happen in that sense, man. So, it's crazy, man. This live thing.
Live is interesting.
You see this live thing, yeah?
this is a conversation me and Daniel were actually having yesterday, is like on this whole thing. It's like, Daniel brought it up, but I was like, I'd been thinking about it. So it's like, it sounds so morbid, yeah, but it's like just that realization, like, we have to die.
We what?
We have to die.
Yeah.
Have to.
Eventually.
Have to die at some point. And it's just like, yo, like this whole thing really ends. And it's like, I've got to leave behind the people that I love, or they have to leave me, right? I've got to leave behind the things that I love, the things that I enjoy. Like, I'm just like, damn, like that's, it's a very interesting thought that like it ends at some point. It ends. And then and then I was saying, like, there's this part where it's like, I've always just assumed, and I think I've said this many times, like, I've prayed that I'm going to make it to 100, right? But it could end at 30.
Yeah.
Right? It could end at 40. It could end tomorrow, right? And it's like, and it has nothing to do with what I trying to, obviously I can do something, I can work out more, I can whatever. But then there's like professional footballers that have, work out more than anyone. Their heart's incredible, and then they've worked out too much, and now their heart's failed, and they've just died on the pitch. It's like, there's no telling with this kind of stuff. It's crazy. And I think with the whole, the whole younger version of myself trend, I saw one where some lady's talking about, like, I think she's like 32, 33. And she was saying, like, I met up with the young version of myself, and she tells me about, you know, she's 18 and she just fell in love with this boy and he's the best thing ever. And I decided to tell her that I decided to not tell her that he dies at 30. Wow. And I was like, fuck, that's rough. Like that's rough, man.
That's damn.
Jeez,
oh wow.
Jeez.
Damn it, man.
Like that's real experiences for people.
That
like,
is real experience.
and it's I think
more
it's
common than we think too. Because these are movies. These are movie plots in our mind.
Yeah, exactly. Like you see the movies, it makes you cry, and it's like then you realize like that's real experiences. Like I think we're so blessed maybe that we haven't had to experience that, but it's like
there's nothing special about it.
There's so many people that we know that you know I'm my father was 19 when his father passed away. You know, and like that kind of thing where it's like you're young and you lose a parent. You're young and you lose a loved one. You whatever. And it's like I think that specifically that losing that person that you love is so scary because it's like it might be the one person, your wife, your husband, or your kids that you're like, I'll give up my life for you.
For you, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but
you didn't even get that chance.
Because there's no option here.
Yeah.
It's like now you have to deal with them not being in the picture. Yes. And I mean, back to kind of what we heard in churches, we was like, love is scary, man. It's so vulnerable. Yeah. Like you're opening yourself to be wounded.
Yeah.
Like that is scary.
Oh, man. Hey,
guys. Crazy to think.
Hey, this episode is a pack-up episode, bro.
Because just try to imagine it just hurt already, bro. Like just trying to imagine.
Yeah, literally. Like if you think about it too long, I think I've said this. Luther Vandross's song "Dance with My Father" again. I will play it anytime and start crying as if my dad has passed away and everything. He's alive and well. Bro, now I've literally in the car before. I don't know, like just the thought of it.
The thought of it just
bro. Picture yourselves giving a eulogy at one of your parents' funerals.
Nah.
Yeah.
And it'll pack you up. You'll instantly. Sure. It's so weird.
On the one even with and this is, bro, I'm packed right now. When you mentioned about your dad, because my mom lost her dad at the exact same age as well, actually, right? And I'm just thinking about it now, how we take our parents for granted, but for them, spending time with us is everything, bro.
Yes.
Because like the memories that they didn't get to make, they want to now enable us to have that opportunity, but we take that for granted, bro.
So funny. Obviously, last year I took my dad to Japan, right?
Yeah. Oh, you ate that up.
And beautiful, whatnot. Again, around the same time that we had this conversation, I'm in the kitchen just washing dishes, and he's in the living room. And in my head, I'm just thinking like, fuck, Japan was actually quite fun. And I was like thinking specifically to the meal that we had in Hiroshima. And then he just walks into the kitchen. I've said nothing out loud, and he goes, I kind of miss Japan's food. I miss Japan's food.
Oh, I love that.
And I was like,
so
what the heck? Like, there's just this memory.
Yeah.
And that was also part of what his grievances that he was getting out to me. He's like, sometimes I feel like we're not spending that much time you know?
Them,
and I'm like, yeah, okay. Like,
guys, we need to do the game now, I think.
That's... I was about to say that's why that's why having kids is such a...
No, I'm actually packed up.
Okay.
Marwa sets us up. The game is top 3 moments with your dad. Fuck! There's no winner, guys. Go. What were you going to say, Marwa?
I was going to say, like, having kids and the thought of having kids and just all the different things that can happen in life, it's scary. It's actually... And I think growing up, that's probably something I would have told my younger self, that it's like, you know... Or my younger self would have told myself, where it's like, I'm scared to have kids because I just don't know what this world has in store for them.
It's so scary.
You just don't know at all. And we were recently watching...
Time Cop? Huh? No, carry on.
Sorry, I think...
The lady that crashed out?
There was that. Oh, actually, yeah, true. There was definitely that. But then there was also the one of the parent that. So there was a parent who accidentally left.
Oh,
yeah. So there was this man.
This is a mistake.
It happened here in Australia. I don't know if it was Melbourne.
This is a mistake.
But there was a parent where So there's this thing that they say with parents sometimes, where your mind, you just space out, completely space out. So
like in terms of. Everything that's been going on. There's so much constantly happening in your mind.
So he took his daughter to childcare. He drove to childcare, and I don't think he got out of the car. But in his mind, he dropped his daughter off. So in his mind, he drove to childcare. He dropped his daughter off. He went to work, and apparently that day was like a very, very hot day, like 30 degrees or something like that. He went into work, left work. Ended up coming back to the childcare, and then he's like, "I'm coming to pick up my daughter." They're like, "She's not here." Like, you never dropped her off. Turns out she was left in the car the whole time.
Oh.
So for him, it was just kind of a thing of like, my mind did not register anything. And then people were like, did you not look in the back seat? For him, it was just like, I just
blanked,
couldn't. I blanked out, everything like that. And then obviously, you know, daughter ended up passing away because it was just a very, very hot car. But I was like, you hear things like that and it's like, you know, I mean, we don't know the story
like this, bro. You have, bro.
No,
all alert, like literally, all these little things are the ones where you're like, lesson
man.
learned, like, bro.
Exactly.
Pay
Like
attention to
I'm
this.
writing
It's
these
just
things
like-
down in the notes, like to make sure you're checking constantly. But it's like, yeah, just a life and the things that can happen. And imagine that now, that's someone that you brought into this world. Like, assuming, you know, parents, you bring a child into the world that you end up loving, and that's your whole heart. Like you said, lay down my life for you. And it's like, because of this mistake. And I was like, imagine what would happen, the knock-on effect afterwards with you and your partner.
But
Like, how do you have that conversation? How do you
face your wife after that?
Exactly. How do you face your wife after this and tell them, you know, it was an accident. It was an accident. What happened was an accident. I was
so
like,
sad.
this is just too much, man.
That's rough.
It's too much. But yeah.
Which
it's
on this,
scary.
like, obviously this week we saw that video go viral across
Of the
news
mum.
sources of the mum that crashed out over her kid being bullied
Yeah.
and went through, cussed up a storm at a 11, 12-year-old, whatever.
Yeah.
Can I be completely honest?
Stand
I
by
rate it. I rate it. Some kids need that kind of confrontation in their life.
Yeah.
Some kids need that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, some kids are bad, and the thought of my kid getting bullied would
And
drive me
because
crazy.
you know what
like,
could happen. We've seen kids
especially
lose
because
their
it's like,
life because
yeah,
of this.
exactly. Whether it's like, because especially if like teasing a little, like, that's part of growing up, to be honest. But when it's real bullying, when it gets online to a crazy
Like
extent,
malicious.
when it becomes like physical bullying, when it becomes like the sexual abuse into the bullying, all that kind of stuff, like, yeah, I don't lie, I'll take off some heads for it. You know, like, I hear it completely because that, as a parent, as a protector, that's the job.
Yeah. And especially
job
because she went to the school multiple times.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to add that point in. It was
Multiple
12
times,
months of emailing back and forth going into the
Multiple
school as well, too.
What that's the thing. Like, when they don't take action, like, then what?
Yeah, exactly.
So sorry, when you say crash, like, what did she do exactly?
Brother.
So she,
Like,
What didn't she do?
like, did she go and smack the kid? Like,
no, no,
what-
She
So I
didn't
don't
touch
think
the
she
kid.
had
I can
soul
play.
to the kid.
You wanna you ain't don't do it again. I'm your bitch. I'm your
Astonishing footage has emerged of a mother threatening to slit a 12-year-old girl's throat after storming into a fight.
Clearly cussing up a storm, right?
Yeah.
So she's saying, you want to go, you want to fight, come outside kind of vibes, that kind of thing. Cash me outside energy, right? Crazy crash out.
Yeah, in front of the students.
I do believe I will try to hold decorum still, though. I'll crash out to the parent, I reckon.
yeah.
In front of the kid. Maybe.
Yeah, in front of the
Were
kid.
I to
If
crash
your kid is
out,
the bully.
were I to crash out, I would crash out at their parent with the kid able to witness that this is the ramifications of your actions. Cussing
What
at a
are you
kid is
saying?
peak.
is
No,
it?
I don't know if you would crash it the first time though.
Yeah?
At the kid.
No, like the parent, because you say you crash at the parents, right?
Oh, no, if I've been doing this thing
Yeah,
for 12
over
months,
time.
we've had the parents come in.
Oh, okay,
They've
yeah,
tried,
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying if I get to the point of, if I've
yeah.
literally gotten to the point of I'm going to crash out now.
No, because if I
would-
crash out at the parent, I'm also gonna assault them, and we're adults.
No, but that's what you're going to do.
yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
what are
and
you
we're
gonna do?
adults, so now I'm gonna get charged. At least let me just cuss out the kid.
Just the
Still
kid by
get
himself.
charged, probably.
Just the kid by themselves.
You can get charged for swearing at a kid.
Yeah, you can get. You
sure
get
you
charged
can,
for something.
yeah.
That's some
Drag. We live in a horrible nation.
Hey,
a horrible
crashing
nation.
out at the parents with the kids there.
Yeah, because,
yeah,
because my thing is,
of
I
course.
don't want this kid. I don't want this to be a data point.
What if I
That
just
now
start
packs
bullying?
up that kid.
I'll bully their parent.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
bully
could
the
do that,
parent.
You could do
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna leave their windscreen up when they come and collect their kid.
Well, I'll break the wipers off.
But I think in general, the main, like, a lot of people were saying, I stand by you for, you know,
doing
crashing
that,
out. Of course, you know, why? It's a child at the end of the day, you know. Yeah, yes, like you said, have some decorum. But a
Some
lot of
kids
parents
know what they're doing.
No,
You
of
guys are too
course,
soft.
of course, because
the
But you have to.
rationale.
So the,
But
yeah,
they need
it's
to
the
be
parents.
scared straight. That's why it's not about rationale. It's realizing if I do this to somebody's kid or if I do this to my classmate or whatever, some big person's gonna come and yell the frick out of me, make me shite my
But you
pants.
see what it is.
And
There's no
that's
context to that decision now. This is like fear parenting, bro. How do we bring them to the
when
point
it's not
of,
my kid and
Yeah,
they're
you
ruining
don't
my
give a
kid's
heck?
life, I can fear parent you.
Yeah.
Like, I actually don't care about you as a kid.
Guys,
Wait, whoa. Hey,
I know. I actually don't
As in,
care
you're
about
not
that.
my child.
Guys,
That's not my child.
I can't wait for Noor to call us, yeah?
bro.
Hey, guys, I'm just saying come with me. I know you guys normally pick up your kids at 4:15. Just please come at 4 because I need to meet Billy's, you know what I mean? I'm going to meet Billy's parents. Just come with me. I don't need you to get involved, but just be there in case I lose my mind. When I get that
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
I'm calling you straight
bro. That's what I'm saying.
Hey.
I wouldn't do anything, but I'm gonna pull up with everybody. You guys let me say a word. Bro, you get Jenny over there, 6'6".
What is it, Bad Boys or something that they...
Bro.
that they do that?
Hey guys, the curtains wear black.
No.
All black.
We're all black. Just say a word.
High key.
There is
I don't want Noor to say a word.
I saw a video. There is like a group that actually do this when
Yes.
they find
Yes.
out a child is getting bullied and they pull up in their cars.
Yeah, they have a
Yeah.
TikTok
Yeah,
account.
okay.
So
Yeah,
basically,
Wow.
they find a kid that's getting bullied, right?
Right.
Okay.
For whatever reason. And they're I think they're a bunch of like reformed street guys, right?
Yes.
And so they've got like Lambos and nice cars and whatever. And they come through to the school and they like take care of that kid, make him feel like he's the ish,
Yeah.
like the good, like the kid that's being
good
bullied.
kid, yeah.
And then like everyone's like, damn, like who is he? Who does he know? Like
Yeah,
why
yeah.
is what? And it's like then they try and find the bully and like chat to them and whatnot, and they have pretty good results from it. Like it's pretty
for
crazy.
sure.
They had one video where it was a kid that was getting bullied because I think he was like very mildly autistic,
Yeah.
just slightly different to his classmates, and he was getting bullied over that. And it's like they came through whatnot. It's like
It's
I
beautiful
rate
to
it,
see,
man. I rate it.
And until that kid goes on TikTok and finds out like these guys are just loving
And he
parents.
doesn't give a heck.
And they're like, we can go back to this
I
kid.
can do this more? This is crazy, bro.
But yeah, that's what I would do. I would just pull up deep with everyone. We're not gonna. You guys don't say a word because you guys are friendly. Try. My name is Daniel.
That's bad.
No, you don't say a word.
Oh, you work in finance? Not bad. Hold on.
No. I'm not a
Crazy,
good
bro.
guy. All right. You know the
bad.
image is that you don't mess with these guys. So that's what I would do.
We're about to go to game, but Marwa's just cut. So we may as well. Oh, okay, good. I thought she was about to bring some smelling salts out or something to us, bro.
I forgot about smelling salt, man. That was.
What we got here, obviously, is one of the last. It kind of relates a little bit to what we're doing, but I don't know. It's just an interesting comment here, and I wonder how much you guys, I guess, resonate with this one here.
Like,
Someone's question was, is it okay to start over at the old age of 27? Now, first of all, old age of 27 is a crazy statement to say.
because I haven't said 27 is not that old.
Yeah.
They said, is it okay to start over at the old age of 27? And someone obviously replies to them and they go, until death removes you from this world, reset button is forever pressable.
I hear it.
Yeah. Do y'all hear that?
I hear it. I think
How forever pressable are we talking right here? Because
there's certain things it's harder to reset at an older age.
yes,
right?
let me add a quick
So
context. Because I'm also now talking about the people that are constantly reinventing themselves that you just don't understand who they are
Yes.
as well.
Okay.
Carry on.
Okay. So if how do I say this? If it's coming from a lack of vision for my life,
Yeah.
the reset is actually a reaction.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not proactive, it's reactive.
Yes.
Right? It's now I think I'm gonna and I'm not taking the piss here about genders or whatever. I'm gonna identify this way, I'm gonna identify that way, whatever,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, now I wanna be perceived as some artsy guy.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be the artsy guy. And it's like, okay, but it's only because I realized I get some clout. Now I wanna be the really introspective guy.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's like, okay, relax. But if it's a thing of at 32, I look at it and I'm like, I'm not happy with where I'm at in terms of physical achievements and stuff, then I put a proactive plan of, okay, over the next few months, I want to get back into walking regularly, running regularly, eating better, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, reinvent yourself. You don't have to be fat for life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're too young to remain fat for life. If you're 60 and you realize I've had all my kids, right? And I let all those pregnancies and whatnot just turn into bad eating habits and always putting myself last and whatever. It's not too late to reinvent yourself when it comes to that. That's why I'm like, the reset is valid if there's a vision.
I like that.
I think if there's no vision, then it's like you're
people
just
perish.
constantly, and it's not the worst thing, but you're just trying to find yourself to no end.
But is that reinvented? Because they're just like with eating, physical stuff.
But that's just hitting a reset. Like it's hitting
Like
a
a
reset,
reset on your mentality towards this
something.
thing.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Same thing is like at 40, it is not too late to go, okay, I've been conditioned and I've gotten used to being an employee for the last 22 years. But you know what? I think I'm going to reset and become a business owner. And I have a vision for it. It's complete different change of lifestyle.
Open up that small cafe.
And a lot of people around you, might tell you, hey man, like you have a good life, you have whatever. But it's like,
because they'll hit you with the thing about your kids. Like this is a bit of a a risk. You know,
That's interesting. I didn't really look at that as reset. I think that stem is very subjective in terms of how we look at it, right? Because when I was thinking of reset, it's more of like, I don't like the career that I'm in right now. I'm going to switch my career.
But that,
I mean, it is. That's. I think that's
but for me,
I
when
think
I'm
that
thinking
equates.
I know. That's what I'm saying. When I'm thinking of reset, I'm not thinking of like.
I don't think it's much different though. I think.
No,
like okay. You know, for example,
because let's just say that someone started 6 years, right, and then let's say
for
lawyer,
2.
right, and then they go. And then let's say they studied, and let's say they were practicing law for 2 years, and then they go, "Hey, I'm gonna hit the reset button. I actually don't. I want to be a fitness trader." That's for me. That's like you did Zoom, right? That's a real reset.
Yeah, that is a reset, okay. But in the grant, I was talking about this to one of our friends actually the other day, and I was saying like in the grant, she's like, you know, I've studied. I'm in my last year of uni. I just realized I don't think I want to do this forever, right? And I was like. And she's like, you know, I feel bad because if I just do one more year, then I've finished the degree that I've put myself to and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, if you do one more year, you're going to get the degree and then not like it. Or you realize now that you don't like it and you don't waste a year, right? And you actually go find something. Because it's like in the grand scheme of, let's say she makes it to 85 or 87 years, whatever the expectation for women is, right? What the heck is the 2 years that I studied and wasted?
Yeah.
Right?
Compared to
all of this.
Of course.
Even at 35, 40, same thing. Now, the caveat in a sense is that certain resets get harder with age.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So, let's say you suddenly realize, damn, my friendship group are not good for me. At 22, much easier to find new friends than realizing that at 42. Right? Still worth the reset if it's worth the reset, but it is harder. Same thing where it's like, if you kind of wake up one morning, and this sounds crazy, but it's like, you're like, I don't think I'm in a healthy relationship, right?
Yeah, that's a
at
reset,
25, much easier than at 55. That reset at 55, and then it's like, because you still want to be loved, you still want to feel, you know, that closeness and everything.
Married for 25 at that point.
Exactly,
vibes.
that's what I'm saying, right? It's like, but that's a hard thing where you go, okay, do I make the best of this or do I just hit the reset? Like
and that's the question then sometimes. That's what it comes down to. Literally, what decision should be made here? Is it a reset or is it a repivot? Kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, cause that's difficult. Because I think that's
refurbish
what
or
you know what I mean? Or renovate.
Yeah.
Bro, because I think that's where we struggle sometimes. We're like, okay, yeah, do we try to, do we just change the way maybe we were looking at this thing and, you know, with this, with that, we can actually make do? Or is it like, no, we actually just need to leave this situation, this job, this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a crazy decision to kind of have to make.
It is. And I think it's very important for us to know, to really distinguish between the two in whatever the situation is. So let's say the relationship example, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, this relationship is toxic. Okay, but it's like, what part have you also played
contributed to the
that
toxicity
as well, right? Because that's not going to change in your next relationship as well, right? But also if that's a 5-year investment, I'm not saying take that into account, but it's like, you know, now you're 30 or something like that versus, again, 22 years old, right? It's very, very different. So now it's just a matter of pivoting and really working on it and getting a counselor involved and getting a pastor involved versus, hey, I'm going to drop this, especially if they're a good person.
Yeah.
Right? So it's very, because I don't want people to go, it's okay to reset and then, you know, just keep hitting the reset.
I think
button.
obviously do everything you can.
Yeah, but it's like, relationship's tough.
On this, there is a certain point where you actually do look at yourself and go, why do I always reset? That is also important.
If you reset,
like at some point, it's like, it's because I don't want to fully agree with this thing, but there is an element of truth to like always resetting can't be healthy in that you're.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You know, if I keep what do they say? I think it's 3 years for a tree to set its roots. But if I keep uprooting it, I don't allow roots to ever settle.
Exactly. Right, yeah.
Bro, this is one of the things I really wish people like hear that and listen to this properly, man. Because
bro, I've seen people.
I'm seeing some mistakes.
Under 30 years old hit the reset button like 5 times already.
yeah,
Like,
bro,
I'm like, you haven't even given it the time to see where this could go.
man can't even you can't keep up.
You know what I mean? It's like, 6 months, 1 year. This hasn't worked out. Okay, cool. Reset button. Right? I mean, even for us, we've been doing podcasts for like about 5 years.
It's a reset.
No, but I'm saying the first year we could have said, "Oh, we're not getting any views." Reset.
Reset that tin,
But
man.
instead, what do? We put money to upgrade equipment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then just
And
keep
can
going,
I
just
be
keep going.
honest with you? Like the side benefits of the podcast, we've probably all won so much in life because of it.
Dog?
Like
I don't-
whether it's
I
business
think,
my
yeah.
way, whether it's
I think it's one of those things we need to sit down and look at. But that's not all we
we
want.
can't even calculate it. I
Yeah.
don't know how to calculate
Yeah,
how
yeah,
much
yeah.
external stuff has happened to me positively.
On a relationships vibe, mentality, I think is one of
Confidence.
the biggest parts, bro.
you and Marwa specifically, so lucky that
Get
you
it
get to
out.
do this together
Yeah.
because it's like there's conversations that are probably awkward to have in person,
Yeah.
but then you
yeah,
do
we get to
something
be-
like this, what we did before, and you're like, that's content to talk about in the car.
We get to be in this space like this, yeah. Now, hey, man, it's it's crazy. Also, Noor's packed up as well.
Everybody
We're going to pause the pod. Bro. We're going to reset.
Everybody hit the reset
You're
button.
going to hit the reset on this episode.
Yeah, you good, bro?
Pause, bro.
This episode really packed everybody up, bro.
All right, Marwa, you got a game for us.
Yes, I
Isn't that?
do. Alrighty, so we
Let's
got the
get
whole
the heck
squad
outta here.
back. So let's do this. We've got 5 questions on the board.
Let's do it.
Are we ready for
Hornets.
question number 1?
Yes, man.
Once again, if you are following along, please do comment down below if you got the answers correct, actually. Let us know that you are participating and that you are playing. All right, question number...
Hold on, man. I need to write my name
Okay,
still.
here we go.
What's the topic? Sorry, what's the topic?
Just a quiz.
Oh, general
It's just
knowledge.
just a quiz.
General knowledge.
See how general it is.
What is number 1?
All right, question number 1 is, who headlined the Super Bowl halftime show in 2023? 2023, who headlined
It's really hard.
the Super Bowl?
How the frig am I gonna know this? What are we? 2024
Was last year.
was last. Can someone tell me who that was?
No.
No.
2023. So what are we in 2025?
So we're in 2025 now.
Oh, that's tough. Okay, cool.
All right, question number 2. This is a bit of a working out one. If a train
Goodness
travels
gracious.
120 kilometers,
Yeah. If it's a distance.
yep,
Yep.
in 2 hours,
Okay.
what
you.
is its average speed?
Thank you very much.
Wait, what was it?
So if a train travels 120 kilometers in 2 hours,
Yeah, it's done.
what is its average speed?
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you need time?
No.
Okay.
She thought that was gonna cook it.
Okay, currently...
Yeah, actually, what the?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Currently, there are 2 TikTok stars who are beefing in Australia. What are their names?
Like, what's the beef?
Yeah, that's actually you do need to give that.
Nah,
I know who it is. I know who it is, but
I
to
don't
be
think you
fair,
need to know the beef.
What do you
guys, my pen is running out.
same, bro. I'm writing too quick.
So currently, there are 2 Australian.
Okay, there you go.
So they're
Nah,
Australian.
you actually don't need more context.
So that means you're not across it.
But Carlos be eating TikTok. He eats the app.
Australian TikTok beefy?
Quick intermission.
Sorry, I'm just getting a pen. One second.
Yes. All right. Let me see if I can give this guy a hint. Hint is dragged, yeah? They are both girls.
Yes, they're both girls.
Give me 2 seconds just to rewrite some answers.
What do you say? State the state they're based? I actually don't know. Queensland?
All right, we back?
Yeah.
All right, Noor is back. Okay. This one is a finish the lyric, I
Sheesh.
guess we can say. I chose a song this time that everyone should know. Everybody should
Nah, I
know.
don't listen
But
to music.
If it's not
But-
gospel, I don't know it.
But to be honest, I'm not gonna say much of it because you will know the song straight away.
Okay.
Right? So I'll go from this part. Tell by my attitude that I'm most definitely from
Oh yeah. easy.
in New York. Give me the rest, please. Give me at least 3 lines.
First of all, I don't even know what
maybe.
song this is.
Empire State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, say it again.
So Empire State of Mind. So I'm singing Jay-Z's part where he says, "Tell him by my attitude that I'm most."
Why would you give us the song?
Because it's just finished lyric.
Oh.
Like everyone knows the song, surely.
Nah, yeah,
And then I said
know the
in
song,
in
yeah.
New York. What's the next part?
What did you just say?
Wait, okay, say the
Sorry,
first part again.
sorry.
The chorus.
No, it's cool.
Okay,
it's cool,
okay,
it's
yeah,
cool.
I
yeah.
need the chorus.
Okay, say the first part. I'll finish it off.
Okay. Tell by my attitude that I'm most definitely from New York. Finish the rest. What does Alicia Keys say?
Okay, yeah. Yeah. All right, cool.
My
I feel like you gave
goodness.
too much information for that one.
I mean,
Now my pen don't work.
and is that 4? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so last question is, I
Just
hope
get
I
him a
didn't-
red one.
I hope I haven't done this one before. Which country has the most time zones? I can give you multiple choice. Do
Nah,
we
it's
need
alright.
multiple
Nope.
choice? No.
Yeah,
Okay.
nah.
Nope.
choice.
Nah, majority rules.
Do you want multiple choice? I can give you multiple choice, Carlos.
Okay, yeah, give it.
Okay.
I'm actually curious.
Yeah, I know you are because you don't know the answer.
That was my first answer, but yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your multiple choice
I feel like this one's gonna go to a tiebreak.
between you.
But hey, I think it's not working.
But you need to be specific on the countries with the multiple choice thing
Why?
because there's 2 answers.
It's all right. Just write down what you think and we'll discuss after.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. First one was who headlined the Super Bowl show halftime in 2023?
Big man, I have my money. That's probably wrong, isn't
Who
it?
do you have?
I have Eminem.
Yeah, I wrote Dr. Dre because it was Dre's show and he brought it.
2023, Rihanna.
What?
No way. That's
Yeah, that's when they were hitting the TikTok dances. So when was Dre?
Yeah, what was
Last
that?
year, wasn't it?
That was last
Nah,
year.
that
I
was
was
No,
24.
that wasn't
2022.
last year. Yeah, it was before Riri. Last year was Usher.
Ursha, baby.
That's what I was trying to remember what
Ursha was last year.
And then Rihanna was the year before.
So Dr. Dre was the year
Yeah, bro, it's
before
time
that.
ago. It's time ago.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
When everyone came out.
This guy.
It's fine. It is what it is.
Ruined the company
Who did that back
again.
then?
Wow.
Yep. So it was Rihanna. He
That's
performed
a
2022.
mistake. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
time flies, bro.
All right.
Wow.
If a train travels 100.
60 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, 60 kilometers an hour.
Thanks.
Okay. Yes, it's 60.
If anyone didn't get that, I was gonna tell them.
Yo, that's
All right.
that would
Okay. TikTok one. The 2 TikTok stars that are currently
Okay,
beefing.
who are they? I don't have it because I don't even
It's
know this.
Anna
Anna
Paul
Paul
and
and Michaela
Michaela.
Testa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. That is
You right,
correct.
Michaela Testa? Or
I
just
just
Anna
heard
Paul.
Michaela.
Why
Hey,
they
hey.
beefing?
Shut up.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah. There's a lot of things. They used to be friends. They're not friends anymore.
Very good, very good.
All right. Finish the lyric.
I stand with Anna Paul.
Who would like to kick us off? So we established the song was Empire State of Mind.
Yeah.
And I sang to you guys the start of the chorus pretty much. Give it to me.
3, 2, 1, go.
Concrete jungles where dreams
I
are
just wanted to make sure you started with cut.
There's nothing
Thing
you can't do.
New York.
That's what I wrote. New York.
Wait, she said New York,
said New
bro.
York.
I don't know the song. I don't know the lyrics.
Oh, Carlos, you're actually too
Concrete
funny.
jungles where
All right,
dreams
and
are
last
made.
one was which country has the most time zones?
This could be a fight.
Russia?
Answers.
So Russia is the answer that I wanted to write down, and that's why I said how specific. Because technically, is it not France?
And so what do you
Oh, I
have?
know what you mean.
I have France.
And what do you
I
have?
have United States.
Lost your mind.
The answer is France.
Yeah, because of the colonies. That's
Colonies.
so drag.
The answer is France.
That means me and you are at a tie.
Tie. What did this guy get? 3 or 4?
I need,
He had
so I
some
need a
empty spots.
tiebreaker.
Okay, so
I don't know
tie.
the TikTok one. I only have 2 60 miles.
Okay, so it is. It's tie then. I thought it was 3-way tie. All right,
So it's a 2-way tie.
let's take it home here, bro.
Why didn't I just always have?
That was big brain, that one.
It was big. That's why I was scared.
France.
That
I
New
wanted to write.
Caledonia and all the other
You
ones.
get me? I was about to write Rush.
Okay, very random one. But Taylor Swift shows in 2024, she performed through 3. Give me the number closest to how many people she totaled in her 3 shows.
Oh, in Melbourne.
Yep, in Melbourne. Just
Daniel,
in Melbourne.
Buzz.
Oh, freak, I
Sure.
thought we were writing. Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, no, sorry. Here you go.
Write down
No,
the
you're right.
closest.
Write down.
No,
Listen,
you
no.
yeah,
Write down, write down. Closest
The
within
closest.
Okay,
within
closest
10,000.
within,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, we'll do that. It's fair.
All right, give it to me.
Closest within
Wait, hold on.
10,000.
She did 3 shows?
3
Yeah.
shows here. I'm just gonna say I
And
got my answer.
I can tell you it was at the MCG.
Yeah, we know.
Why
that, we
would
know
you
that.
do
We know
that?
that.
Oh, he knows.
That gives the average.
All right, my answer. I'm just
Yep.
gonna go straight up 300,000.
300,000.
Sir?
Closest.
Closest.
He's gonna-
10,000?
Oh, we should have written and flipped. He's gonna big brain me.
300,001.
You reckon it's more?
The correct answer is you were closest.
What is it?
It was 288.
I was gonna go under. I was gonna go one under. Yeah.
Bro, wait, why wouldn't you
Should've
go
gone
less than the
under.
capacity of the venue times
Because
3?
oh, true. I thought seated capacity was 100, so I was like, oh, surely if standing.
Almost had it. Almost
Frick,
had it.
yeah.
So, oh my.
288.
Oh,
That's a lot of people, huh?
Let me hear you say Ovi.
You didn't even tell us what your name was today.
OVO Chief, boy, you know me.
Gosh,
Kalows.
we love-
Kui Falasoji. Hey, man, let's
See you
get
guys
out
in
of
the
here.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Thank you
man,
for joining
that's
us for
it.
another episode. We appreciate you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We hope you had a good emotional roller coaster with us today. Talk to your younger self
Yes, man.
and tell them that they should also subscribe. All right, peace out.
Bye.
Latest.